if there wasn't that smashing, impossible miracle back then, I probably wouldn't believe the message at all. But you cannot deny a complete breach of the laws of nature, and that is never done by anybody but God himself to confirm some other thing. The amount of energy needed to dry out that high altitude sort of grassland and 70,000 people with it and the ankle deep mud with it, that's an amount of energy that would have incinerated everybody present. Once I realized that that had happened, I said, okay, that must be authentic. No devil can work that kind of miracle. Because that's a deep interference with the laws of nature. She gave very simple and clear instruction. I cannot possibly understand how it would ever be a problem for a pope. She said, the Holy Father must consecrate Russia to my Immaculate Heart together with the bishops of the world. Stalin was determined on having Austria suffer the same fate that Germany suffered. There were still some people in Austria who believed that Our Lady could do something. And in 1945, interestingly enough, I think it was in 1945, but interestingly enough, it was the Austrian Chancellor Fiegel and then Gorbach who were the first ones to pick up the rosary and publicly walk the Ringstrasse nearby to pray for the liberation of Austria. We obviously didn't have to be all too overly afraid of the Americans, British, and French staying in Austria, but we did have enough reasons to be afraid of the Ruskies staying in Austria. So they really prayed hard. Characteristically enough, Cardinal Initzer, back then Archbishop of Vienna, only joined the Rosary Crusade, as it was immediately called, later on. 10 years, and they were successful. In 1955, we had the Austrian State Treaty, a lot of conditions connected with it, but none of it which really made a difference to the individual life in Austria. And October 26, 1955, which now since 1968 is a public holiday, officially the last occupation soldier pulled out of Austria. It's the only case in history where communism retracted.
Not only retracted, but retracted without bloodshed. And the actual day that retraction began was on May 13th, 1955, the 38th anniversary of the first apparition of Fatima. Coincidence?